Hey y'all. So this is a little different. I'm not in the garden today or at the range, but I was just thinking if anyone else, whether you're a follower of Christ or not, I try not to say believer because, you can believe and still not, do what you're supposed to be doing or that you know to do. So I always say follower. But there's a little urgency. I've been feeling it for a while. When I say a while, I mean like a few years, like an urgency to. I think I talked about this before, to just get things together, and not just things, but myself. Right? Eat healthier. Um, I do fast, and I think fasting it helps in other ways, just not in our health, and then discipline. Killing our flesh spiritually. What's going on up here? Sorry, y'all, I'm driving. Um, but also, again, discipline, because we don't need to be eating all the time. And then when you're able to eat again, you're not eating just anything. You're eating certain foods. I lost my train of thought. And then just being healthier, so if anything did happen, you're able to have endurance to go the distance. But I just feel an urgency, even in just reading my word. I'm like, man, and I always get distracted to where I can't really do it like I want. But so sometimes I listen to it, but I would rather read it. It's something about reading words, and it just sticks in my head than hearing it. Hearing it's fine, but I like to read things and write things down. There's something about seeing it. But the urge to just read the word more, and maybe certain books more. Oh God, what is going on right now? Lord help me. I gotta look out. But just the urgency to do that. And I'm like, we don't feel that for nothing. Like, who just gets the urge to read more of the word, not other stuff? And I haven't even been watching TV, y'all. I like watching like Survivor, Alone, Traders, like things like that would kind of benefit me. Have The Walking Dead, little certain things you can pick out from the show, The Mole. I like watching things like that that would benefit me, but I haven't even been doing that. I'm so behind. But I've been getting other things together, catching up on rest, like researching certain things. And then I was looking at how, which I don't like it. I never post about my benefits and things like that because, I am retired. But a lot of people are bragging about, oh, I'm a veteran. I get 3 checks, 2 checks, whatever. And I'm like, but in a moment, though, those things can go away and you won't have 2 checks. Because it's going to come a time, I feel, that we ain't going to be getting disability and retirement checks and Social Security and whatever other assistance that's getting put out there. So you're going to be like everybody else. So you're bragging now and living, a certain lifestyle. But when that time comes, everyone's going to be in the same boat. So I'm like, what are we talking about? So again, just staying humble. And what else do I need to do in case those things get cut off? And I'm not doom and gloom. I am realistic. And again, I know I'm not the only one feeling these things. And I'm looking at, it's so many more homeless people. I've been across the states in the past year. Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, here, Colorado. There is more homeless people than I've ever seen before. And it is a little scary. And I'm looking at where they're popping up. And I'm like, where y'all be getting these tents from? Them things ain't cheap. But how come and why they all got a dog? Like, where, that's not cheap either to take care of them. But anyways, they got tents, dogs. They're popping up everywhere. Like, what is going on? And why are there so many? Also, the car lots. They're full. All the repossessions. People not paying credit cards. Like the credit card debt. is in the trillions. How come they don't talk about that? I don't watch the news, but why ain't that on there? All the repossessions that's happening with vehicles and the price of a vehicle. Why is there a truck for $117,000? That's a house. That's several houses, depending on where you live, Mississippi. You can get a house for like 30 grand. Why is the truck $100,000? What is going on? Why is every time I go outside it's $100 to eat? And I thank God for where I'm at, and what we have right now. And we even, take care of other people, because we can. But again, there's going to come a time where we're not going to be able probably to do that. So I'll be thinking, how are people making it out here on a lot of people are making on a fixed budget, again, God's grace. But how are they making it? Car registration here and where I'm at, $500 for registration for one vehicle. That's insane. I know when I was in Texas, it was only $60. Like, why is it so much? How are people able to afford this stuff? The insurance is going up. I noticed a $60 increase on the insurance. I'm like, where did that come from? Again, I'm grateful that we're able to pay for it, but what? So yeah, I'm just talking right now, but I just really feel an urgency. And there's so many things going on. I really want people to think about what you're spending your money on. Do you have to get, I talked about this before, that coffee every morning. I got one. Look. Hold on, let me turn this around. I got that this morning. Okay, and I do be using my perks so I get free stuff. But that was $4. If I did that every day, what is that, $120 for a month? And that's just a drink. That's not even food. That's not even lunch and dinner. That is just one. That's a lot. When I could have bought a canister of coffee for $3 or $4 and drunk that for the rest of the month. I'm like, okay, where can I cut costs? Do I even need this? What do I need to rid my body of? I think about that stuff. I even been looking up, a lot of people compliment me on my makeup, and I like, the natural look, but y'all, I'm looking at natural makeup. How can I make my own? And do I even really need it though? But, I make my own soap, shampoo, and things like that. And body butters. I can deodorant, but I can make my own makeup. Why not? I'm scared to make my own bread. I done bought the stuff, but I have not did it. Okay? I know I can, but I don't want to be wasting nothing in case it don't turn out. And then I gotta adjust my taste buds. Just all these things. But again, I just feel an urgency to do more. I got my rain barrels. But y'all, there are states that rain barrels are illegal. Why are you restricting people from having rainwater, like collecting rainwater? You know what I'm saying? Even to have a well, how much that costs to get dug, and then whatever it costs to maintain that. I'm thinking about all that. And then there's farms that are selling their farms because they can't make money off of it, because they're getting paid to not sell their goods. And I was also researching, if anything were to happen, y'all, let's say a disaster, I don't know, a war, invade, whatever, right? There's some things that they can take from your house without question. So those that storing up, they can take your food and say, you don't need this much. You don't need a year's worth of food. Here's 2 weeks. They can take your ammo, your firearms, your medicines, probably you, if they need a certain skill set. I didn't really think about that. But there's just certain things that they can do for the betterment of the group. Like as a whole, okay, how's this going to help the majority, not just you? And that's crazy. to think about. I know about nobody's really thinking about over here because we're so comfortable. You know, we got things. Nobody's really been through that much over here. Like, things are happening, but as a whole, we're not as a whole going through things like that together. I think about all, you know, the people that are coming over here that, you know, we don't even know who's here. No documentation, no nothing. A lot of the services are given to others versus those that are actually working. That's a little concerning as well. Like, how long can you do that before you run out of certain resources? And again, not knowing who's, you know, that, I don't know. That's a little scary to think about. So yeah, like I said, I was going to be random just coming on here, but at the same time, I really feel the urgency. The time of day, the times are moving faster. Like, it's already 3:30. It was just 11 o'clock to me. The times are, y'all, we are almost in June. This year just started. Remember that? The Bible talks about the time going by faster. This sky thing that had, was the Northern Lights. I was inside. I wasn't looking at that. But I did see remnants of it. I saw the clouds doing something different. Why did everyone see the same sky across the states? That's not normal. Yeah, no one's thinking about that. You know, all these storms and disasters happen in places where they normally don't happen. Again, you know, it just makes you think. And then, you know, the lawlessness. There's so much happening all the time. And I was just telling my husband, there's so many people I actually know passing away every week. There's like 2 people a week that are no longer here. I've never seen that many people passing away that I know out of nowhere. Nothing was wrong. Some of them had, you know, things going on, but what? And I think, you know, the state we're in, as far, not the state, but things that are going on, I'm like, I don't even think people talking about the voting, and I don't even know what's going on right now, honestly. But I don't even think it's going to matter soon who you vote for, because they already know who's going to be the next president. If we even have that, like, I feel like all that's not even going to matter soon. It's not. What they got going on? Are they open? I don't see no lights. Let me focus. Did I pass the Goodwill already? I think I did. Okay, back on track. But yeah, y'all, I just want to kind of, I guess, spark a discussion. It'd be different if this was live. We could have been going back and forth, but not while I'm driving, but you know. But yeah, like I said, we don't live in fear, but you do need to prepare yourself. I do believe in that. Like, if you see things happening, there's warnings. There's warning before destruction. You know, I feel like you do need to be preparing for certain things, and you'll never be fully prepared. And the God's always going to take care of those who are His. And that's a whole nother discussion, but it's the truth. I just feel like there needs to be some type of preparation. You can't see all this going on and not do something. And like I mentioned about the little $4 coffee, which I probably didn't need because I had coffee this morning. You know what I'm saying? I should have been drinking water. That $4 could have bought 4 cans of something, because they're like 30 cents somewhere. I'm about to go to Lidl or Aldi, one of those, you know, those stores. They're like 50-something cents a can. So instead of buying those every morning for $6, however much it costs for you, you could have been buying canned food. You could have been buying some pasta, a bag of rice. What were those, $2 a piece? You could have been buying that. What are you looking at? Lord help me. She was like looking at me and waving her arms on the other side of the street. But yes, you can buy those things and have it stocked up, not to eat now, but just to have. And you ain't got to do it forever. Or maybe you might be like, man, I'm getting the hang of this. And maybe it ain't all for you. Give it to some other people for gifts. Hey, here's a stockpile. Here's a gift for you. Here's some seeds too. Give them some stuff they can use. And like only open in case of emergency. You know what I'm saying? That's a good gift. I'll be grateful for it. But do that and then only do it for like a month. How much will you have? Excuse me. Because we just said what, four times. You will have 120 cans of food. Pay attention. 120 cans of food by the end of the month. That's more than you got now, probably. So think of just sacrifice that little time and just get it done. Do you need that outfit? No, you don't. The $50 or whatever, you can spend that on something else for like a month and do it like, I don't know, twice a year or every other month. Say, hey, this month I'm using to put towards stocking. And maybe you don't need it like that. Give it to someone else who you know they got 4 kids and you know they can't save because they're on a fixed budget and they're really struggling. You know, give them the extra food. So in case something did happen, y'all have something to last at least 2 weeks or so. I really think that's something we need to be doing. Because remember that other thing happened and people couldn't find stuff? You don't know what's going to happen next. Because last time we could go to the stores. This time you probably won't be able to leave your home. Because people are in the streets and, you know, committing crimes. Whereas before you could still leave. You just had to have a mask or whatever. But now you won't even be able to safely leave your home. So that's something to think about. Because who's going out there in that and making it back? Because even remember, well, those of you that, I'm all over the place, but in Walking Dead, when they had to send, like, they had 2 people, Glenn and Maggie, would go out and get like the goods, the medicines, the food, and they went out with, I think they had weapons when they went out, but those are the only 2 because they knew how to maneuver and get back and fight and all that. So again, everyone didn't go out. It was only 2 because you don't want all those people anyway. All the extra noise. And they were in and out. And they were younger and they were athletic where they could actually get there and back without huffing and puffing. Right? And they could carry more stuff. So that's stuff you got to think about too. Everybody ain't going to be able to make it out. And again, I'm not doom and gloom, but we really, we need to be thinking. I look at these other countries where stuff has happened. They didn't expect that to happen to them. They didn't expect any of that stuff to happen to them. And they just had to figure it out on the whim. We don't want to be caught off guard. But yeah, that's all I got, y'all. I'm pretty much rambling at this point. I'm about to go in this grocery store and get some stuff myself. But yeah, what do y'all think? Have y'all been feeling the urgency? Like I said, maybe it's recent, but I've been feeling this for some years now. And you just need to act on it. All right, y'all. I will talk to you later. Yeah, bye.